Welcome to Divine Readz Tarot. I am Tara, and I'm coming to you to do a divine masculine reading a little bit differently than I normally do because I don't normally try to tap into any sort of karmic energies. But based on my own journey, I've kind of been guided to do so for this particular reading. So I'm not making any promises of doing this regularly in the future, but I just wanted to try and get some different messages out to you. So I don't know where you are in your journey right now, but I've been in separation for over a year, and my DM and I are getting along fairly well for the most part. We co-parent and we have a decent friendship. I was recently triggered when a loved one confided in me the other day that she was going through a very similar experience with her husband, okay? And it sparked a conversation between my DM and I. It didn't turn into an argument, but I know that he could feel like my anger hurt, like my disappointment, right? And, I just was speaking freely, as we normally do when we have these conversations. But that night, I went to sleep and I put some tiger's eye and some black tourmaline under my pillow. And, I don't know if it was the crystals, if it was, just the conversation that we had or how I was feeling overall, kind of what my energy was. But I had like a really weird dream, right? So in the dream, there was this question that I had asked my DM that was highlighted to me, and it was almost like asked back to me. I just kept hearing my voice asking the question or saying these words, right, over and over again. And so the question was, where do y'all find these bitches? Okay. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's just like, I was being a little petty with the question, but the question itself was sincere in the moment in which I asked it, right? Because while I definitely have known a few people, admittedly including myself, who have been, a quote unquote side chick at some point, I've been young and I've been in relationships where I wasn't sure if the person that I was seeing someone else, had someone else already before they met me or started dealing with me. But these weren't relationships where, we were supposed to be exclusive, or even where, it was necessary that they be single, just because of the dynamic of those particular relationships, right? But I do know that I've always asked, are you seeing someone? Do you have someone? Are you claiming someone? Is someone claiming you? If they tell me that they're single, I always try to make sure that they are single, but sometimes you just don't know. And sometimes you just don't care, right? But I don't know the kind of person or the kind of human being who would find pleasure in causing someone else pain, right? And so for me, the difference between, like a regular side chick or a woman who is seeing two people or a man who is seeing two people and the karmic has been the way that the karmics try to insert themselves between the masculine and the feminine, right? The way they try to cause the feminine hurt and pain through their actions or through their words or through trying to contact them, through trying to hold something over their head, or the way that they try to use their power over the DM to control the DM so that, he treats the divine feminine in a certain way as to display his lack of love for her. The lack of love for the divine feminine, right? So the karmics want the divine masculine to treat the divine feminine in such a way where disrespecting and hurting the divine feminine is actually like fuel for the karmic, right? And so that leaves like a terrible taste in my mouth And if that is your situation as well, which it probably is because you're watching the video, then you understand where I'm coming from, right? And so that was just my question. Like, where do y'all find these types of people? And it feels so evil, so low vibrational. Like, it's so much bigger than just being low vibrational. It is evil, right? And so when people say that the karmic is an entity, you know, I try to remind myself, and I really do try to remind myself, that it's not the person per se who is doing these actions, right? It is the entity that lives within this person, that is using this person in order to display these characteristics, these behaviors. But even that has a purpose, right? Because it is to show the divine feminine how strong she is. It is to trigger the divine feminine. It is to assist in the journey. No matter how hard, no matter how difficult, it serves a purpose, right? And even in the divine masculine, it serves a purpose, right? And so, anyway, in my dream, I was reminded that the divine masculine doesn't have to find these types of women, and I use the term women loosely, but they're drawn to the masculine, right? They literally seek the divine masculine out, right? They're sent to the divine masculine, okay? So I wanted to just try and get some questions out about what the divine masculine thinks about the karmic at this moment. Where are they in their relationship right now? What is he learning about the karmic, you know, at this time during the quarantine where they may be spending more time together? He may be getting to see the karmic in a different light. Maybe some things are being illuminated. Maybe, you know, maybe they're living happily in their illusion, you know, we don't know. And, you know, how he may feel about the karmic at this time, you know, if they're quarantined together, what's going on? How does the karmic see the masculine at this time? How does the karmic feel about the masculine? What is the karmic learning about the divine masculine, right? So these are just some questions that I have down that I'm kind of wanting to ask, and we'll dig into these together. And I appreciate you for being here and watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe to the content. Let me know what resonates. I wish I got more comments because I like reading, you know, you guys' thoughts, you guys' stories. But let's just go ahead and get started. I have these other cards that I want to try and use first. They're love oracle cards. So I'm going to start with these and we'll work our way out, okay? So, spirit guides, angels, and way showers, please show me what I need to see for the divine masculine and the karmic situation at this time. Please show me what I need to see for the divine masculine and the karmic situation at this time. Let's start with how the divine masculine sees the karmic. How does the divine masculine see the karmic this time? We're going to do 3 cards in the bottom of the deck. 3 cards in the bottom of the deck for how the divine masculine sees the karmic at this time. So the overall energy for how the divine masculine sees the karmic at this time. It says photograph. I feel like they are making new memories. Okay. I feel like they are spending time together. May still be thinking about the divine feminine at this time. Missing the divine feminine. I also feel like maybe the divine masculine is missing the way things used to be with the karmic, because things feel different to the divine masculine, okay? I also see kisses here. And then this card, I feel like maybe the divine masculine is enjoying the time spending with the karmic, but I also see girl with the snake. And so I'm wanting to kind of dig into this a little bit before I move any further, because this looks a little interesting. All right, so let's start with photograph. Show me a card for photograph, please. This is looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, and making new memories, right? So he could be looking, they could be going through old photos together. If you're a divine masculine and your karmic have been together for some time and they have a history, they may be looking back on, you know, their life together up until this point, things that they've done, trips that they've taken, adventures that they've gone on together, you know. They may also be making new memories. They may, you know, be, you know, taking selfies, doing TikToks. I don't know if you know what those are, but those have been a big thing. My daughter watches them a lot and she also records them, but I've been noticing that since everybody's been in quarantine, more people have not only joined TikTok, but have been recording them and they've been posting them on social media. And so could be something of that nature, posting to social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, like I said, TikTok. Let's see here. We have the King of Swords. So bottom of the deck is Page of Cups. I feel like the divine masculine sees the karmic as maybe trying to be romantic, trying to be loving, trying to do little things to be like sweet or to be affectionate. And maybe the divine masculine is not really that interested in taking part. Maybe the divine masculine has kind of been turning the karmic down, just in terms of, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Let's do this. Let's do that. Trying to be like creative or, you know, trying to be interactive. And the divine masculine not really feeling it right here with the King of Swords, okay? The divine masculine may be being a little bit cold and distant. Maybe not really wanting to be all like lovey-dovey or huggy and kissy. And so it could be because, you know, things have changed. He's seeing the karmic differently. He is gaining some clarity, becoming more wise to who the karmic really is, seeing the difference in the person that the karmic was being before as opposed to where they are now in their relationship, right? Just kind of paying attention to the nuances of the karmic, the differences in the character, the differences in the reactions, the difference in the requests, even in the difference in the way the karmic uses like love or affection or even sex to manipulate the moment, to manipulate the actions of the divine masculine, okay? And so with the Kisses card, let's pull a clarifier for this. It says unconditionally loving. It says giving and receiving affection and falling in love. So this brings me back to the karmic trying to be affectionate, trying to be lovey-dovey, trying to, you know, be cuddled up, be booed up. I feel like the karmic is trying to use this time to spend time together, to be close, to create more of a bond, right? But I got Hangman energy. And so this is almost like the divine masculine kind of wishing that he was with the divine feminine instead of the karmic. Maybe the kisses aren't coming through the way that they used to. Maybe the kisses feel different or they're not as passionate. Maybe they work a lot, work too much, whether they're working from home or they're still going out into the world, to the office, depending on, you know, what the jobs are. Maybe it's less time for affection. Maybe not as many kisses. The divine masculine could be waiting for the karmic to show a little bit more affection, to show kisses. Let's see what the next card is. Yeah, I feel like it's all about the money. It's all about the foundation. It's all about the stability. Not enough about the kisses. Not enough romance. Maybe this is the karmic being cold. Not so much the DM. Okay. There's still a little bit of third party energy here with the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. But this is also working together. This is also peers. Maybe there's some other people in the home. Maybe there are children here in the home. Maybe they're being less affectionate because there are other people and or children in the home. Not as much alone time as they're used to having. Maybe they're quarantined with the karmic's family or the divine masculine's family at this time. So the girl with the snake card. All right, this is like a sneaky energy card for me. This is somebody not having the best intentions. Sometimes this is a card of manipulation for me. But it says empath and narcissist paradigm. Okay, and so, you know, with the empath and the narcissist paradigm, it is the way that the empath attracts the narcissist. The way that the narcissists seek out and are attracted to the empath, right? Because one is a person or a spirit or an energy of love, right? Of abundance, of caring, of nurturing, right? Of deep connection. And then the narcissist will feed on that, right? Take advantage of that, manipulate that. Use it to their advantage, right? And it always leaves a wanting for the empath. And there's always like this power struggle, right? Trying to get the narcissist to see, trying to get the narcissist to feel, trying to get the narcissist to reciprocate, okay? I also see being charmed or used. It says enable and it says boundaries. All right. So being charmed could represent, you know, the magic, the gifts that the divine masculine has. The divine masculine may feel like he's being used by the karmic. One of these parties may feel like they are enabling the other and that boundaries need to be set. Okay, that somebody is getting away with something, or one feels like maybe the divine masculine feels like he's been letting the karmic get away with some things. That boundaries need to be set. Things that have taken place in the past, maybe they have been talking about the past, or the divine masculine has been thinking back to the past actions, past relationships. This could be the divine masculine in past relationships, and maybe he is seeing that he had narcissistic traits or has exhibited narcissistic traits in past relationships. The relationship with the divine feminine could be with the Six of Cups. This could be something that he is talking about or wanting to communicate. This could be something that he's noticing very fast. Like the karmic may be kind of with the Eight of Wands. I just feel the energy of like, it's like a quick change in temperament. So the karmic may go from like being really loving and sweet and like nurturing, right? And giving, right? Doing that manipulative stuff that the karmic does. Just pretending that everything is wonderful and pretending to be so in love. And then when the karmic feels like they're not getting the reaction from the divine masculine or the reciprocation from the divine masculine that they want, they kind of flip the script, right? And it leaves the divine masculine longing for the divine feminine. I also feel like the divine masculine is in sort of a regretful energy, possibly because he could represent the snake in this scenario. Just snaky behavior, sneaky behavior, low vibrational behavior in past relationships and in the relationship with the divine feminine, or to include the relationship with the divine feminine. So how does this relate to the karmic? Show me how this relates to the karmic. Devil. So it's made room for this toxic connection, right? Because this is the energy that the divine masculine has been in or was in when he got with the karmic. Okay, that's kind of how they thrive, on that snaky, sneaky, manipulative, narcissistic energy. There are no boundaries, or there have been no boundaries in their connection. He may see the karmic as a habitual line crosser, constantly testing boundaries, constantly trying to see what it is that she can get away with, or how far she can go, how far she can push the divine masculine or the divine feminine. Maybe constantly trying to test her power. What can I get the divine masculine to do? Who can I get the divine masculine to cut off? How can I control the divine masculine? And so it's seen as a devil energy, something that is unhealthy, and the divine masculine recognizing that, also recognizing those traits within himself. All right, seeing himself for being that toxic person in past relationships. All right, he may feel like he's getting justice by having this behavior reflected back to him through this karmic relationship. He may feel like this is kind of, what he's due because of previous behaviors. I am where I am because of what I've done, right? So understanding and seeing that this is a form of karma, that this is, what he deserves for his behavior. I believe that the divine masculine understands that he is being punished for the way he has treated maybe not just the divine feminine, but other women, other feminines, other relationships, right? Not handling them well, not doing right by these people. Okay. But I also feel that there's an energy where the divine masculine may be married to the karmic. All right. And realizing that I mean, you've now entered into this contract with this person who behaves this way, and you've signed up for this for a long period of time. Like, you've looked at this person at some point and you said, this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. This is the person that I could see myself being with, for the remainder of my days here on earth, right? In the 3D. And feeling kind of stuck and bound to this connection in an unhealthy way, right? Again, this being justice. But the divine masculine is seeing things differently now. He's seeing a different version of himself. He's seeing a better version of himself. He's seeing the version of himself that he wished he could have been to the divine feminine, okay? And so we've got wedding rings, okay? And just looking here at the card, I've got union, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. And so this could signify, again, that the divine masculine is married to the karmic. Okay. This could even be a divine masculine that is thinking about marrying the karmic. Okay. This could also be divine masculine thinking about marrying the divine feminine. So let's pull a card and find out why wedding rings is here. Options, choices, decisions, 7 of Cups. Who do I choose? What do I choose? What are my options? How did I end up choosing to marry this person. Possibly because this person was very giving. This person had a lot of money. This person was offering a lot. Maybe this person has been very abundant. And the divine masculine saw an opportunity to where they could receive, or to where they could grow, or they figured, this investment was a good investment, a safe investment. Investing more into this relationship than any other relationship was the one that was going to pay off the most. Okay. And so their relationship, or their marriage, their union, their connection was built on stability, or the ability to become stable and fruitful together. Getting money. All right. And so even that with the Queen of Wands was something that they manifested together. I feel like at least at some point they felt like, they had done what they needed to do, and that they were being rewarded for it. And so as long as they felt like they were being rewarded, whether you want to consider this blessed, if you want to consider this, their Bonnie and Clyde relationship, if they felt like, things were going well for them, then they felt like they made a good choice, right? But the divine masculine can now be seeing this connection with the karmic as an illusion, right? With the Seven of Cups. He may be feeling like he was tricked. He may be seeing the karmic as an actual karmic at this point. And he also may be noticing something about the karmic and the way she spends money, or maybe wondering where the karmic is getting money from. Because a lot of the divine masculines aren't doing as well financially. Things have kind of been halted even before the quarantine. Yeah, I think they may have been fighting over either what the karmic is spending, or where the karmic is getting some sort of finances from that aren't necessarily accounted for. Like, you've been spending beyond your budget. You've been spending beyond what I know we have in our account. You've been spending more than usual. Where's this coming from? What have you been doing outside of what I know about in order to get money? Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing maybe the divine masculine is discovering that he's being used, or has been being used. Maybe that the illusion is that there's not as much love, and this is more about money. Maybe the divine masculine is starting to see that the karmic is in this relationship for money, and that the fight, the competition, has been all about money. I also feel like for some of the divine masculines, they're realizing how the karmic uses money, finances, and gifts to keep them under control, all right, to get them to do what they want them to do. They may also bring up the fact that they are married, and that, you can't easily walk away. You can't easily get out of this situation. Like, you can't go anywhere. Our money is tied in together. Okay. It's like that sort of energy. And for some, the karmic is always gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay. It's always, I need this, I need that. We gotta buy this, or I have to buy that, or can I have this, or can I have that? And divine masculine may feel like the karmic is always needing something, is always wanting something, is always wanting to spend. Not enough saving going on here. Too much spending. And that was not necessarily the original agreement. The focus was to get money. The focus was to make money. The focus was to have nice things. But the focus was also supposed to be to create this 10 of Pentacles. Okay? To create this legacy, this empire. Okay? And I feel like the divine masculine is realizing that's not what's been happening. Okay? And that he's possibly left the divine feminine out in the cold, right, in order to build something that's not happening. Okay, so realizing possibly that this could have all been for nothing, or that things just aren't going according to plan. All right, and this is leaving the divine masculine possibly in a stressed or anxious state, worried, just upset overall. you know, with this Nine of Swords energy. Maybe something that he's really, really been thinking heavily about, but just feeling like he's trapped in this situation that he can't get out of. And this is like a mental trapping, right? Definitely feeling, I'm feeling super like regretful, super sad, right? But even within that, even in that space, there's still a ray of hope, okay? All of these other, crows are ready to swoop in for the kill, right? Waiting for things to die, waiting for everything to fall apart. And there's this ray of hope that things are going to be okay. Somehow the divine masculine just knows or just feels, right, intuitively, that it's going to get better. Things are going to change, not necessarily knowing how the change is going to come about, where this change is going to come from, how it's going to be sparked. Something magical is on the horizon, right? Because nines are about endings, okay? On our way into a completion, right? Because tens are completion. So we're at the Nine of Swords and we're moving into this space where things are changing, right? I'm seeing fives, I'm seeing nines, okay? So things are changing, perspectives are changing, life is changing, the world is changing. And it's causing the divine masculine to reflect, to think, to mirror, okay, to be called out, to be called into question, all right, and to ask questions. The divine masculine is asking the hard questions, and he's probably also coming up with some answers. All right, so I'm going to pull these up, and I'm going to move to the karmic energies. Spirit, angels, guides, and way showers, please show me what I need to see for the karmic energies at this time. Please show me what I need to see for the karmic energies. How does the karmic feel about the divine masculine at this time? How does the karmic feel about the divine masculine at this time? All right, I'm going to start this one off the same way I did the divine masculine ask. So 3 cards and the bottom of the deck, please, for how the karmic feels about the divine masculine right now. 3 cards and the bottom of the deck for how the karmic feels about the divine masculine right now. Now, let's talk about what's interesting, okay? That the karmic got the same girl with the snake card in the same placement as the divine masculine, all right? So I feel like neither one of them are exactly trusting of the other right now. They both may see each other as a narcissistic behavior, narcissistic temperament. Both may be crossing boundaries. For different reasons, in different ways, but crossing boundaries nonetheless. All right, so the overall energy, right, we've got not enough. Okay, so this relationship is not enough, the affection is not enough, what they've gained, what they've put together, what they've created, right, not enough. This card reads that someone is frustrated in a relationship. There's a lack of confidence. There's a self-sabotage. fear, ego issues, and jealousy. Okay, and so that feels very karmic-like to me. I will also note that the cards for the divine masculine seem to be a little more soft, a little more gentle, a little bit more loving towards the karmic than the karmic seems to be toward the divine masculine. Okay, right? He's asking questions and he's not necessarily in love. It's not the same kind of love, but I do feel like the divine masculine at least cares about the karmic. I feel like the karmic is not feeling as caring at this point in time. I feel like the karmic is definitely probably of the two being the more cold one, the more distant one. So that's probably why there felt like a lack of communication, or a lack of action, or a lack of romanticism, a lack of emotion from the DM's read. I feel like it's because the karmic hasn't necessarily been showing it, but that's because the karmic is feeling like she's missing out on something. She feels like this is not enough. It's not enough because the divine masculine is not in love with the karmic. The karmic knows the difference, and the karmic knows that the divine masculine is in love with the divine feminine. No matter what it says, no matter what he does, there's always going to be that lack of feeling and emotion, because she's always known that the divine masculine was in love with the divine feminine, right? So show me a card for not enough from the karmic, please. Clarify a card for not enough. Queen of Cups. It's not enough love. It's not enough emotion. It's not enough nurturing. Maybe the karmic isn't doing enough of this, or the karmic feels like the divine masculine isn't doing enough of this. It's not all in. Somebody's not all into the relationship. It's all about money. It's all about pinnacles. It's all about stability. This could also signify that there is a King of Pentacles. There is maybe an older gentleman that the karmic could be interested in, somebody who's more financially stable. Maybe there's not enough money, there's not enough love, and there's not enough money. Okay, maybe the karmic feels like she's the one doing everything. The karmic could feel like she's the one who's giving all the love and giving all the money. Like she's more emotionally invested in this situation, but she's also more financially invested in this situation. She may feel like she's giving everything and she's not getting enough in return. She may feel like, the karmic may feel like the masculine in this situation. The karmic is a woman. I feel like the karmic feels like she is wearing the pants in this relationship. It could be causing like a lack of respect for the divine masculine, okay? So let's pull together, tie together these energies for me. Tie together these energies for me, Spirit. One more card. All right, Judgment. Feeling judged. Feeling like a decision needs to be made. Maybe the karmic is seeing things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. Maybe she is feeling like this is kind of her judgment for her behavior, that she ends up in a relationship where she's the giver and not the receiver, where she is constantly trying to create or recreate something that is not natural, okay? This could be like an epiphany here with the Ace of Swords. Could be something that she thinks a lot about, very heavily about, something that she's trapped in thought about. Next card is Cassette, right? And so this card reads outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And I feel like that too is also the energy of this Ace of Swords, okay? So replaying something over and over and over in the head like a cassette. This could be like a conversation, replaying a conversation, replaying memories, replaying the events of the way the karmic got the divine masculine. Maybe thinking back to what did I do? What did I miss? What didn't I do? it's almost an energy of like, where did I go wrong? So the karmic's trying to figure out, where did I go wrong? How did I end up here? How did we end up here? How did our relationship get to this point? What am I missing? And then we got the devil, right? Came out in the Divine Masculine's reading as well. And it is that this is toxic, that you know, this is unhealthy. Something's unhealthy. We started off in a toxic space. You know, this has been unhealthy from the beginning. Replaying over and over all of the unhealthy traits and behaviors. Realizing that the foundation is toxic. Okay? Nine of Swords energy again. The karmic is really upset by this. The karmic is really, really, really like stressed out. Possibly even depressed. This is kind of a very depressing energy. I feel like this kind of hit the karmic all at one time with the Eight of Wands coming back out. And then the Death card is right behind that. Okay? And I feel like the karmic is knowing that she needs to end this relationship, wanting to get out of this relationship, wishing that she could say how she feels or what she thought. But, you know, at the same time, as the karmic replays all of the events, maybe realizing what was wrong were her motives. You know, the energy that she was in when she was trying to get the Divine Masculine. Why did I want him? What did I see in him? What was I expecting? You know, when you pull someone, or at least in the eyes of the karmic, when you pull someone's attention away from the person that they were in love with the person that they were so into. You loved her so much. You loved her so much, but I stole you. You know, I grabbed your attention. I pulled you over here. I made you leave because I'm better, because I'm more beautiful, or because I have more money, or because I buy you nice things, or because I take care of you, or because I can take care of you. Because we're going to have a better life together, or all those promises that they made to each other that haven't really worked out, or even if they have worked out, it's not enough. Okay, it's still not enough. There's always going to be something missing because you're not with the right person. You're not with the person that you're supposed to be with, not the Divine Masculine or the karmic, because this is a karmic relationship for them both. Okay. And so let's go down in on the girl with the snake card. Okay. And again, this is that empath and narcissistic paradigm, right? Being charmed or being used, right? Enabling and boundaries. And so I feel like they both feel like they're being used, but they're using each other, right? Because the Divine Masculine is using the karmic to build a life that he really wanted to build with the Divine Feminine, but for whatever reason, he felt like he couldn't. And it was easier. It was easier just to be with the karmic. And for whatever reason, the karmic decided that it was also easier to just be with the Divine Masculine. Now, a lot of these karmics actually have Divine Masculines of their own. And outside of this karmic relationship, they themselves will actually become a Divine Feminine once they've learned their lessons. All right, so they are both seeing some sort of negativity in this relationship, the negative aspects of this relationship. But they're also both coming to the realization that they've played a part in creating the toxic foundation in which their relationship is founded on, in which their relationship was built upon. Like, y'all did this. Right? Hermit card. So you're sitting here thinking, you're sitting here reflecting, you're sitting here by yourself, you're sitting here alone, lonely, or at least feeling that way, right? Sitting here thinking, wishing, hoping, dreaming for this romantic gesture, for this romance of a lifetime, for your partner, right? To show you some love, to show you some affection. And this could even be the karmic trying to figure out if the divine masculine is giving his love to someone else. If the divine masculine is seeing someone else. I feel like this very much so feels like the divine masculine giving the karmic like his back. Just like not really wanting to be bothered, not really engaging, I'll say. Not really engaging with the karmic. Definitely thinking about leaving, thinking about moving on, thinking about, you know, going forward. Possibly because the karmic feels like they have so much to offer. They have so much to give and they're not being appreciated. I feel like the karmic feels like they are not being appreciated. All right. I work so hard to give you everything. I buy you everything. I treat you well. I do for you. But I feel like it's all money based. And so while the karmic thinks that they're doing everything for the masculine, it's not enough. It's never going to be enough. Okay. Because it's not coming from who you want it to come from. Right? So you can build up the best life ever. But if you're not sharing it with the person who you want to share this with, then it doesn't really feel as good. Right? So it leaves that lack. It leaves a longing. And I feel like they're both longing for something else. They're both missing. They both feel like they're missing out on something. All right? And so the final card is the Golden Mirror. And it says self-absorbed. It says narcissist, a one-sided relationship, and love bombing. Okay? So I feel like, who is this mirror? Spirit, show me a card for the Golden Mirror. Got Two of Wands, right? So two paths, two decisions, making a choice, right? And so I feel like this mirrored energy, that those narcissistic traits are being mirrored back and forth between the DM and the karmic towards each other, though. Okay. It feels like a one-sided relationship, and maybe the karmic is realizing and wondering, you know, did I make the wrong choice? Did I make the wrong decision? Or at least coming into the energy where they're like, I did make the wrong choice or the wrong decision. I chose the wrong person. And now I'm here in this one-sided relationship where I'm giving everything and I'm just not getting enough in return, you know, and maybe feeling like if I love bomb, that I'll bring the DM back into me. That I'll make him see that we'll both feel like we made the right choice. Maybe things will get better. With the Ten of Cups, wanting to be emotionally fulfilled. Having to take a really long, hard look at this relationship during this time of quarantine. And maybe coming to some realizations, basically, that they're just not happy in their relationship. Because you can lie to the world and you can lie to yourself for a period of time, but eventually the truth comes out. Okay, eventually you have to sit alone and you have to think and you have to reflect, right? With the Hermit card here. And you have to be real with yourself. Justice, right? This is what I get. Even the karmic is understanding that there's karma here. Even the karmic is understanding that the decisions and the choices that were made is the reason why they're both sitting in this unhappy ass relationship. Is the reason why they're both sitting here and she's giving and not receiving enough. And he's receiving. And neither one of them are satisfied because they went into this for all the wrong reasons. Trying to prove a point that doesn't even matter in the end, right? So now the karmic is spying, trying to figure out what the hell the divine masculine is doing, because she's stressed and worried that he's on his way back to the divine feminine here with the Four of Wands. That he's going to leave me. This motherfucker's going to go back. He's going to go back where I just stole him from. And all of this will be for nothing. Okay? And all of this will be for nothing, because that's what I deserve for being in the wrong energies and for doing all of that backhanded stuff and for knowing that he was in love with somebody else and for being selfish, right? And thinking back to all of those things that took place, that transpired, that happened, all that manipulative energy, and realizing that she's now trapped in a cycle of her own. She's now trapped in a cycle of her own, and it's a cycle of fear. Okay, that's what the cycle is. It's a cycle of fear, because all of the love bombing and the manipulation, all of the gifts, all of the financial abundance and the ways that the karmic uses that to her advantage, doing all of that and still watching the divine masculine be in love with somebody else. Giving everything of yourself, or at least feeling like you are giving everything of yourself, only to have that person still long for someone else, right? And yourself, only to constantly still long to be loved the way you deserve to be loved. All right, so I want to see. Give me one card. I'm going to try to do these romance angels. One card for the karmic. Give me one card for the karmic's energy. How does the karmic feel this is going to turn out? Is the karmic hopeful, optimistic? Is she giving up? Is she focusing on something different? Is she going to try to make this work with the divine masculine? Like, what's going on, Spirit? Show me what's going on with the karmic. Give me one card. All right. We have unrequited love. It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay? So I feel like the karmic is definitely understanding that it's never going to be. It's never going to be. It's always going to. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be enough. It's always going to be this constant battle, this constant struggle, this constant need to chase the divine masculine. A constant need to try and exert power, or always going to have to manipulate, always going to have to love bomb, always going to have to keep buying things in order to keep them distracted, right? And even at the bottom of the deck, it says stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And I feel like this is a new romance, okay? A new romance. The karmic is realizing that in this relationship it's never going to be, but also realizing that, hey, I can have what it is that I want if I get out of this. If I can get out of this relationship, if I can get out of this marriage, if we can get out of this connection, I can move on. I can find the love that I deserve. Right? All right, so I'm going to use the Fool's Wisdom cards. These are also oracles, and we're just going to do a little shuffle and see what we get. Show me energies for the divine masculine and the karmic's relationship at this time, please. All right, so what we got. All right. So the first card is the Wonder Fool. It says, always maintain your sense of wonder. Okay. So I'm going to grab the book here and we'll take a read and see what it says. I'm almost there, you guys. All right, so the card reads, the Wonder Fool invites you to view your world with a renewed sense of curiosity and discovery. You're about to learn important information about the people and circumstances affecting you. Now is the time to suspend all preconceived ideas and notions and allow new insights to reveal themselves. Don't be afraid to ask a lot of questions and be sure to listen very closely to the answers. Assume that nothing you believe at the moment is completely true. There's always more to discover, and soon you'll have the opportunity to pick up enlightening insights simply by being open. It says, activate your intuition by asking yourself, I wonder what more I can learn about, and fill in the blank. It's never foolish to wonder. This is the gateway to wisdom. It says, the wisdom says, always maintain your sense of wonder, right? And so this is both the karmic and the masculine, opening up themselves, opening up their minds, opening up their intuition, opening up the opportunity to get new downloads, to gain new information, to they're becoming curious about love. They're becoming curious about what else is out there. They're becoming curious about, what life can I create for myself that will be fulfilling? What does it feel like to not be in this whole not enough energy? What can my life look like outside of this relationship, right? What happens if or when we break out of this? When we get out of this relationship, what lies for me on the other side? Okay, so I'll move on to the next card where it says the Playful. Okay, and it says have fun and be playful, right? So we'll move on to that read. Let's see what we got. All right, so it says, the Playful is here to brighten your day and remind you that life is too short to endlessly work. Life is meant to be fully enjoyed while living on the edges of spirited possibility. To lose touch with this truth diminishes your spirit. The Playful is coming to the rescue, so this doesn't happen to you. Take them by hand and check out the fun factor in life. Has all the joy been drained out of your days lately? Are worries and concerns keeping lightness and laughter at bay? Let the Playful cure these problems with a dramatic change of pace. The remedy is simply to allow yourself to have some fun. Break out the music and rejoin the party. Recall what delights you and tickles your funny bone and go after it with full abandon. While so many unconscious fools have claimed that play is a waste of time, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest geniuses of recent times, once commented that everything of value he discovered came to him while he was in a playful mood or having fun. If he found play useful, solving problems, then so can you. Invite friends over for a celebration, dance, sing, or play charades. Get out the board games. Go to the right side of your brain and submerge in the worlds of imagination. That's where all creativity originates. Pretend that life is good if you have to, and play that game for a while. Soon, life will become a playground of lighthearted opportunities, right? Have fun and be playful. And so they're being called to lighten up. Lighten up. Everything is so serious. Y'all work all the time. Y'all don't spend no time together. Y'all not happy. Nobody's dancing. Nobody's enjoying the moment. We're really super stressed out. This isn't the most happy time in life, but there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be dangers. There's always going to be health risks. You can be healthy and young one moment, then the next moment something happens. It can take your life away. Somebody that you love can be gone. You can catch a rare disease. Things happen to good people every day, and things happen to bad people. every day, you know? And so they're being called to enjoy the moments, to think more lightheartedly, to laugh, to smile, to play, to enjoy their lives. Okay. Final card is the Deceitful, and it says to trust your intuition. All right. And so that is card number 23. And this one reads, the Deceitful is here to warn you against fraudulent or deceptive people and situations in your life right now, right? With the girl with the snake coming in for both divine masculine and the karmic, it says you're being missiled to watch out. Turn on your inner radar and listen to your intuition. It's warning you to question the integrity of certain events or individuals. What doesn't feel right? What doesn't resonate? Being truthful. Who was it trying to give you a faulty impression of reality? When the Deceitful appears, it's time to sharpen your wits and pay close attention to what's going on in your surroundings. The old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Who or what is trying to trick you into believing something other than the truth? Continue reading. It says, you are sensitive to discrepancies, but may be inclined to disbelieve your inner guidance. Be sure not to ignore any red flags. It's also unwise to feign ignorance when something doesn't feel right. Even if you have no concrete evidence to the contrary, don't put your head in the sand for fear of what you'll discover. Ask questions, scrutinize, and voice your doubts. Challenge what feels wrong with the picture being presented. Don't be afraid to look foolish by asking for verification of a questionable situation. You risk far more and may be played the fool by not asking for clarification and supporting evidence for all that you doubt. All right. So either one or both of them is not trusting. Either one or both of them is not listening to their intuition. Either one or both of them feels like they're being deceived. Either one or both of them is not trusting the other. Okay. And so this is your divine masculine and karmic reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.